getting on like a clown without the makeup on. And we're back. We're back. This is All Leeds TV. What's the crack with you? Big Scott here. And tonight I'm joined by the wonderful Chris. How's it going, mate?
How you doing? Yeah, good to be back.
Good to be back. And Jay was going to be one of my guests on the social club during the week, but obviously it didn't happen because Ed got COVID, Lou had something come up, and I was out shopping for a clown costume. So
it just all fell apart.
It did, but like Leeds.
Shopping for a clown costume is one hell of an excuse.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, clowning ain't easy, man. Clowning ain't easy. Which has brought to my point that for a children's entertainer, I should be watching my language on these shows. So if you are a child watching this, blame your fucking parents for my bad influence. So yes, hello and good evening, everyone. It's great to be back. We've had an absolute boring, nothing to report time for the past 2 weeks, unless you're English. Apparently something important happened today for England, and something about the World Cup. I'm paying no attention to it. He's invested in this World Cup.
I'm hoping for good things, mate. I'm hoping for good things.
What about you, Chris? You going to say it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not thinking about it right now, but yeah, towards the end of the year, I'll be thinking about it.
Yeah, I don't get too excited about it, but I'm hoping for positive things.
It's all right. Like, 𝐃𝐎𝐍𝐓𝐁𝐃 will wear a fancy waistcoat and you'll get put out in like the final. By I'll not be Italy this time, like, because it might be Macedonia. 𝐅𝐎𝐿𝐹𝐁𝐷 make a big comeback.
Oh, what a guy!
We've missed him indeed.
Missed him.
I actually can't even believe just how good he's been internationally. I really can't. So yes, real football's back now. Never mind the international nonsense. Leeds are back to business, and I think we're getting a bit of a stay of execution, because I say a stay of execution. I'm referring to the fact that our next 3 games do not include Chelsea now, because the Chelsea game is obviously postponed. So we've now got Southampton tomorrow, Watford next week, and Palace the following week. So really, before we hit Man City, we could be looking at a European push, possibly. But that's just setting the scene for tonight. First of all, these past 2 weeks, it has been I'm just going to say it, a fake news fortnight of Rafinha's signed this, Rafinha's signed that, Rafinha's agreed this. Kalvin Phillips is going to Aston Villa. Why? Because an Aston Villa fan podcast said so. And then it all comes out, oh, well, Rafinha hasn't even spoke to Barcelona. Barcelona haven't approached Leeds. And 2 weeks ago, we put out a video saying this. It was all nonsense. Chris, what did you make of this whole Rafinha transfer game? What was your take on it when it all started coming out?
It's just a waste of time. I mean, we heard all about it at Christmas, I think it was, when he was off to Bayern Munich in the January transfer window, and now again, just more nonsense. I mean, I think we all know he's probably going to go at some point, but he's got no release clause. He's not actually looking for a move, and I don't see why he'd want to move anytime soon, if I'm being honest.
It's very, very true. Jay, what do you make of it? Even the teams mentioned that are interested in him. Again, to this date, only one team's actually put in for him. But what did you make of all this? Like, what was the point in it?
I think it were interesting to see Fabrizio Romano saying that he's got this release clause for weeks. He's been insisting on it, and then all of a sudden, oh no, actually he hasn't. Sorry. It's just like, you can't go out there and report things as fact if you do not know 100% that it's fact.
Yeah.
And he clearly didn't know, because he was wrong. I mean, he might have thought that he knew, but unless you've seen it in writing, then you don't report stuff like that. You just don't. For me, anyway.
No, well,
it felt like he's trying to sell him for us.
That's exactly it. He must be getting some sort of commission on this.
Backhander from Deco.
Like, I think somebody actually think it was Barney from the Roaring Peacock. I think he had actually put a tweet up saying it's been precisely 12 hours. Fabrizio Romano has not mentioned Rafinha in a single tweet.
Someone check on him. Is he all right?
Is he all right? I couldn't believe it. Hence why I was glad that one of our sources came through again, the exact same source that told us about Bayern Munich, the exact same source told us that it was a negotiation tactic, the same one that told us weeks before about Brendan Aronson. It's all this.
Yeah.
So we put the video out saying, listen, folks, please stop clicking clickbait. It's bull crap. And people still done it. But look, it is what it is. I think he will get sold, though. It's certainly not for the pennies that Romano was claiming for. What would you be happy if we were to sell him? What would you be happy to sell him for, Chris?
I think it's got to be 50 plus. I think realistically you're looking for 60. I mean, he's only got, is it 2 years he's got left in his contract, so you can't go much higher. But I'm not convinced it's going to happen in the summer with the World Cup where it is. I don't know why he would need to go this summer rather than next.
Yeah. Jay, do you think he's just as likely as to maybe sign a new contract than leave?
I actually do, yeah. I agree with what Chris is saying there about with where the World Cup is placed. I think that plays to our advantage because he's getting picked for his country right now. He's getting the chance to show his skills in the Premier League. He doesn't need to move. And his stock will undoubtedly be higher after the World Cup if he has a good World Cup. And that means a bigger signing on fee for him, bigger wages, bigger fee for Leeds. Nobody loses in that scenario. I don't see any downside to it, personally.
No, and do you know what? If Gecko's the one trying to pull the strings on this as well, obviously he's going to get a bigger cut if his stock goes up, as you say. At the minute now, we do have quite a few, and it's getting more and more in the chat there. So please do make sure you smash that like button. In the comments, we're going to get the score predictions a bit later, but you're paying for it. You want to get it said now. Andy Hart, I like your sexy optimism right there. Love it. Big win for Leeds tomorrow, 3-0. We're going to get into that in a little while. We are. But yes, so I want to tie up all this Rafinha chat just before we go further. Because obviously, as you both said there about this, Jay, you'd said it particularly about the release clause. And if I recall a while back, Phil Head even tweeted saying that he doesn't think there's a release clause in it. Numerous
he actually said that ages ago as well.
It was ages ago. So yeah, like all this fake information has been going out and feeding Leeds fans on social media, and it's been playing into that paranoia. But what has since come out that we've seen from various sources, again, which I deem reliable, more reliable than the crap that's being spouted recently. Rafinha has told Leeds he wants a 60 million release clause, 115k a week, and heavy investment in the first team squad. Those three things are very, very doable this summer. So the fact that he's asked for that, does that give you confidence that he's absolutely zero interest in going anywhere at the minute?
I mean, I think the 60 mil is a bit low. And obviously, it's in his interests to keep it at a level that makes him an attractive prospect for these bigger clubs, you know. But I can see the club's point of view in that apparently they want 70 as his release fee. I mean, Chris said before he'd want sort of 50 million for him minimum. I could see us selling him for 50-ish plus add-ons that could add sort of 10 to 20 million onto it, depending on sort of goals scored and international appearances and that kind of thing. But I'd be disappointed with less than 60, definitely. But I still think 60 is a little low. I think when you look at some of the players that have been bandied about, you know, the prices for some of them, when you see Grealish went for 100 million, I mean, I know there's an English premium
It's
on
that
him and all
English
that
player
rubbish.
tax, isn't it?
Yeah, but if he's worth 100, there's no way Rafinha's not worth 75 to me.
Yeah.
There just isn't. He's phenomenal. He's gone out and played for Brazil, and he's made Neymar look crap.
Yeah. Well, that's it. He's been doing brilliant for Brazil. He unfortunately was doing better for Brazil for a while than he was with us.
Looked like he was enjoying himself more as well at one point.
Yeah. Although I have to be honest, a lot of them look so much happier at the minute. With the current management and style and things. Chris, would you be inclined to be looking even more money off him if one of the English clubs that want them come in for him, for example, Scum?
Well, I think we should refuse to do business with them. But I hope that would never happen. But I suppose my only worry is I can't remember when we've necessarily got a great transfer fee for a player. We don't often come out very well on transfers like this. I'm struggling to think of a good example actually where we have got a really good sale.
I don't recall. When the time comes, or if the time comes when we sell Rafinha, like it's gonna be our biggest sale of a player, even if he goes for cheap, And I know Victor Orta's sort of come under fire again a bit at the minute regarding some quotes he made a while back that are being rehashed. I think I've got a frigging cobweb or something in my face. But yeah, like if he does, even if we sell Rafinha for say 60 million, we have trebled our investment. So whilst it's cheaper, it's not a bad deal.
That'll still be good. I think that's a success. I just wish we got the contract sorted maybe at the start of the season. I don't know why Rafinha and Phillips weren't on new contracts right at the start. Why are we still sat here now talking about it? It could have been done, I'm sure.
You never know what's gone on, do you? Like there could have been sort of wrangling about if and when the 49ers will buy in and all that kind of thing, and so they may not have wanted to start committing to big contracts if they might have had a sale coming up. They may have talked about it. I mean, you don't know. I'm speculating, but there could be any number of reasons. But I think it would have made sense. No, it would have made sense, as you say.
Andy Hart's back in again here. As an Arsenal fan, you will not take Rafinha.
Well, I can have that Rafinha with that spelling because that's someone else.
Exactly. That's how I knew you were an Arsenal fan for a start. That's shocking. Back to school with you, Andy Hart. Thanks for joining me. Thank you for joining along. Chris, you had mentioned another player there in regards to contract negotiations. Obviously, everyone has seen the video of me and Kalvin numerous times. Considering Scum fans thinks he's going there, Kalvin Phillips addressed Scum as Scum in a video of me and him discussing my stepson. Kalvin Phillips was very, very publicly seen being the first person standing up at the Josh Warrington fight when we were singing "Stand Up If You Hate Man U." So I think Man United fans need to get that out of their head. However, despite Kalvin constantly asking for a new contract to be sorted and wants to stay at Leeds, Aston Villa fans seem to think he's already signed for them. But where would that even have came from, Chris? Like, what was that about?
I really don't know because I can't see why. Maybe when we're in the Championship, yeah, fair enough. Villa was an attractive club to go to, but not now. If he's going to go, it's going to be to someone higher. It's going to be to Liverpool. It's going to be to Man City, and I think they're the only two clubs really. But he loves the club. I really can't see him leaving at all. Give him the money, and I'm sure he'll be happy.
Yeah. Jay, do you see Kalvin maybe even going abroad, or would you be okay if we got a decent fee and he went to City or Liverpool?
I could cope with him going to City or Liverpool, I think, for a decent fee, because it would clearly be a footballing move, if you know what I mean. I mean, obviously, he'd get paid really well and all that, but he'd be going somewhere because it's clubs that are challenging for the title, playing in Champions League, that kind of thing. And at this moment in time, they're not our direct rivals. It's not like he's going somewhere that's going to screw us over and risk our survival and all that kind of thing. And I wouldn't be that upset. I would rather see him go abroad if he went. But yeah, I mean, the whole Villa thing, I just don't get. And you saw my tweet earlier where I was kind of mocking a Villa account the other day that was basically saying there's a big decision to make for Kalvin Phillips. Is it Leeds or is it Villa? And all the news coming out is that he's told the club he wants to sign a new contract. So where's this decision come from? Villa don't even have a bid in.
Yeah.
And, it's too good for them, in all honesty. And I just don't see why he'd be attracted to playing for a club that is basically us one season ahead. In a way, in the progression, and we could very easily sort of eclipse what they've done next season with the right investment. There's no need for him to go to a club like that. They're not challenging for titles. They're not in Europe. They're not on a cup run. What would he get out of going there? What would he get?
I baffled. And it was even when the West Ham thing come up as well, and the apparent January inquiry from West Ham. Even then, I know West Ham are kind of pushing into that top team bracket at the minute, and I hope they do because I want to see something new there. And I love what Moyes is doing. I'm not going to lie. Like, I do enjoy what Moyes is doing with West Ham. I don't enjoy what 𝐃𝐎𝐿 does with cats. That's a different story altogether.
Absolutely not.
I'm a cat owner. I don't like cats, but I have two, and they taste
I've
delicious.
got
3. But would you begrudge him? Say West Ham did come in with an official bid. Would you see a move to West Ham for Kalvin being like a step forward, Chris? Or again, is that just another lateral step for a team that just happens to be doing well at the minute?
Yeah, I'll be disappointed with that. I can't see in the next sort of couple of years that West Ham are really going to progress that far. That they've had a good 2 seasons, I'd say, and I can't see them breaking into the top 4 anytime soon. They're realistically maybe the 7th or 8th best in the league, so it seems a bit pointless when you're so loved at the club you're at. You're progressing. You're England's best midfielder. What more do you need?
Yeah. So let's sum up all this transfer nonsense then with Kalvin right now. Is he going anywhere, or do you think he's going to rival Jack Charlton's appearance record?
Oh, who knows, man? Who knows? It's a different game these days. The way that transfers and things are, it's just completely different. I think it's going to be very, very rare to see a one-club man in our lifetime. Not anyone significant anyway,
Yeah.
And just to go back to what you said previously there, would it be a step up going to West Ham? Unfortunately, I think it would be. Would it be as big a step up as he should be taking? No. But it would be a step forward, and there's the attraction of living in London. He gets to play with his England pal, Declan Rice. I could see a bit of an appeal in that for him. I would hope it's not enough of an appeal, but I could see why there might be a bit. But what they did in January was basically what we did with Aronson. They were just putting bids in that they knew wouldn't go through, so they could turn around to the fans and say, "Well, we tried. We tried to spend money." I don't know whether they'll come back. But if they do, they'll have to send a serious offer next time.
Yeah, I think Kalvin's sort of about to hit his prime here, and I've got that hope and belief that he is as Leeds as he clearly seems to be, and he has no intention of going anywhere. Not while we're in the champion or in the Premier League anyway. So I was getting 5 years ahead of myself and nearly said Champions League.
Do you think that the time he's spent out injured this season might put potential suitors off a little? They might step back for a season anyway to see
100%
fitness.
Yeah. Well, you look at the injuries we had this year, and I think a lot of people that could be interested in our players are going to look at that time spent off the pitch. And they're going to, I think a lot of them are going to put it down to, and again, this isn't Bielsa bashing. I've got a tattoo of him. I love him. I think a lot of it will get put down to, well, Bielsa's training regime was tough. It was difficult. It caused a lot of problems, clearly, for some players. So I think, as you said, I think a lot of people interested in him might hold off and see how he goes next year.
Yeah, I could imagine that. And again, same as with Rafinha, if he goes and plays at the World Cup and does amazing, better for everybody at that point. If he does leave, I still hope that he won't, but if he does, let's maximise value for everybody.
Yeah. Boys, Andy Hart's bought us a carry out here. I'm not going to lie. He's got us a whole load of Timmies here. Thank you so much, Andy. You know, you could just put these comments in for free as well, mate, but thank you.
He's a good man.
He's a good lad. He's a good lad, even if he's a gunner. Leeds stay up with big backing from the 49ers. They need to keep Phillips and Rafinha and build the side around them. That is a really, really valid point. You know, if we do stay up next year, you know, over the summer, we build. Jesse Marsch has a full window to bring in players and start building the team to what he wants it to be. You know, next season could be a very, very different Leeds. And all jokes aside, if the backing's there, if the money's there, and Marsch is able to attract and bring in the players he wants, we could be looking at a top 10 genuine serious finish.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And even contend for that Europa Conference bollocks. You know, we could even go for a cup run. You know,
imagine our lot in back end of Iceland on a Tuesday, Wednesday night, whatever it is.
Oh, God. That'd be great crack. That would be great crack. It would be just our luck, our first year back in the friggin' European football, and we get some shit club from Turkey or something. I don't even want to think about it. Don't even want to think about it. But that brings something to my attention there briefly. I'll mention this now. The Southampton match, I believe on the 22nd minute, there's a mass sort of turn your back to the pitch thing for 𝐃𝐿 as well. Yeah, I've seen quite a few posts going on and a load of ones involved with them. So I know I'm near positive to 22nd minute, but if someone is able to check for me and confirm, 22nd minute at the Leeds Southampton match, turn your backs for 𝐃𝐿. So yes, just wanted to throw that out there as well. Right, we're going to move on now from transfers. Because I think we've exhausted that. There's nothing going on. Nobody's approached anyone. That's it. I made it very clear in my previous video. Last 2 games under Marsch, we get that win against Norwich, and then that Wolves game. I know it was 2 weeks ago, but that set everyone off for a great 2 weeks there. Great weather kicked in. I can't even get my head around it. Like, Chris, how did you feel? See, whenever that third goal went in against, like, how did you react to that?
I mean, it was ridiculous. I mean, if you were going to create a TV show about a match about a poor team who's struggling and they've got 4 players off injured, all your best players on the bench, looking doom and gloom, and all of a sudden they turn around and win 3-2. You couldn't write it, really, could you?
No, it was unreal. Did you think the sending off of Jimenez made a difference?
I mean, it certainly changed it. I don't know why there was so much debate around it, because to me, I thought it was a clear second yellow. It was a 50-50 ball when it was second, and yellow card. And I mean, particularly the player that it was that got sent off, the amount of instances he gets himself involved in, just deserved, really. But
yeah, I'm with you. I know a lot of Wolves fans are still crying. I've got 3 buckets filled with tears from little pups. They're still crying about it. Like, and had it have been us, we'd have probably been as pissed off as they are. However, it's not. And Jimenez probably should have got a yellow for their free kick that led to their second goal, which would have been his second yellow, and he'd have been off in the first half.
Mate, it was Jimenez that should have got a yellow when Struijk got booked. He should have got a yellow for diving.
I have watched that I don't know how many times, and Struijk didn't even, his laces didn't even brush against his socks. No. Nothing. And so
I don't know why he didn't react. He didn't react, did he? He didn't suggest that it was a dive. Struijk just sort of took the yellow and didn't say anything.
It was odd that. I think it was probably just a heat of the moment thing, you know. We were already 1 down at that point, weren't we? And he probably was just like, shit, better get back and
didn't want to poke the bear.
You know? Yeah, possibly. I mean, I'd have gone mad because I can't stand injustice, you know. That's just me. I'd
It
probably
was a bit like that
second booking
car.
going mental.
It was a bit like that car that drove past the cyclist and didn't touch them.
Yeah,
And now he's being sued.
Oh God, don't.
Oh, it's weird.
Don't.
And then what was it? We got another booking for. I remember it was it was the Wolves game where all the subs got booked for celebrating. And then Rodrigo got booked as well for jumping in with the subs and all, or in with the fans. You know,
there was somebody who's not played a minute, wasn't there, on the bench, who's now got a booking in the Premier League.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild.
That's going to be a quiz question one day. That.
Oh God, the fighting on the side of the pitch. Are you just loving the passion being shown from the entire staff and players at the minute?
Yeah.
I recall an incident that happened on the sidelines under Bielsa, and everyone was getting involved. And Bielsa done his level-headed grandfather thing, and he walked away from the situation, removed himself from the situation. Yeah. Whereas now with Funkle Marsch, Funkle Jesse, because he's the fun uncle that created the Jesse press, or the Jess press, isn't that right, Jess
Press.
The Jess Press.
Jess Press.
He created that, not me. He did. He came up with that. Like Jess was just full on, getting people away, getting right in the thick of it. Matty Click giving the fingers up, Kalvin offering people down the tunnel, and Mark Jackson getting the yellow card.
That's the Leeds United I want to see.
100%. 100%. Everyone from top to bottom has been filled with that passion, I think, from Jesse Marsch has come in. It's been a real breath of fresh air. From the press conference as well, because we will be getting into our predicted lineup soon. It sounds very like Dan James could be playing up front. And he said himself, he sat down and spoke with him for about 45 minutes on his position and everything that he's expecting from him and everything that he can do. Chris, do you think that's something that maybe if Bielsa was doing with the players, you know, one-on-one and explaining things to them on a personal level, that it seems like that's not something that was done? Do you think that might have made a difference?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I was a big Bielsa supporter, and obviously didn't want to see him sacked. But I think because it was going so wrong for so long, like four defeats in a row and heavy defeats, you just wonder if he could have had that personal touch and whether that would have had the difference. Because they might have lost 7-0 and then he wouldn't say a word to them, and I'm not sure that's probably what they need to get them going. Yeah.
I know. I think it's those last two games in particular were quite telling for me. I don't know if you feel the same, but the Norwich game when they equalised under Bielsa, I don't see us coming back from that, and I definitely don't see us coming back from 2-0 to Wolves, even if they have 10 men. Do you think this mentality shift is, these last 2 weeks? Do you think that's really going to be instilled in these players now, and we see a completely different Leeds tomorrow, Jay?
I hope so, is the honest answer. I think that we probably will. Everyone seems to have bought in. It's weird because to see a manager so universally beloved, depart the club, and then someone else come in, and for everyone to just immediately get on board and buy in. I mean, he must have said something good to him when he came in, because those lads are playing for him. I don't care what anyone says, they're playing for him. We might have had a crap game against Villa. We might have had an unlucky loss against Leicester, but they've shown fight, they've shown heart, they've shown passion. Like you said about the subs all getting booked in the last game, Kalvin's running all the way across the pitch to celebrate a goal. He didn't care what happened to him. He was that happy, do you know what I mean? Rodrigo's in with fans, he didn't care. And everyone's
Rodrigo's a different human being right now.
I love him. And
I've been calling him Rodrigo all season, and now give him an extension, keep him a bit longer, especially with Paddy being out.
Definitely, but you know what? I wouldn't put him up front. I would just leave him doing what he's been doing. I wouldn't mess with him. I wouldn't change anything. So even though that might mean Dan James up front, even though we'd all probably prefer to see Joffe, I'd agree. Don't put Rodrigo there. Just leave him doing what he's doing, because he's finally taking ownership of that position.
Yeah, That's exactly it. He's taken ownership and he's went, right, this is my position, this is my role.
That's it.
And he's not being required to press as much as previously. The
man-to-man thing didn't work for him.
No.
Running around after somebody. You don't want your attackers doing that.
No.
He didn't know how to play like that, clearly. He didn't know how to do it because he's never done it in his entire life.
He didn't have the fitness for it. Even now you can see like he kind of backs off when he knows he's knackered and bides his time and waits for the right moment.
That's experience again of a top player. He'll sit and conserve his energy for a few minutes, and then when the ball comes, he's ready to go. Rather than waste all the energy he's got running after somebody that he's not even needing to run after. He's doing it because he has to, because he's been told to stay with his man. It's nonsensical at times. I love Bielsa, but that part of the tactics did bother me. I'll hold my hands up and say it never bothered me when we were bashing everyone and beating them. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to pretend otherwise. Yeah, but it clearly didn't work at this level with this squad.
No. So, he'll be forever loved. He always will be.
I love him.
But we're always going to be here longer than players, management, and staff in this club because this is for the fans. Do you know what I mean? So, whilst there's staff there now, they're not going to be there in 10 years' time. I'm going to be there with my Zimmer frame and my clown nose on. You're going to be there talking about the new press, and you're going to be there.
One day we'll all be sat next to each other in wheelchairs
You're
up
going
front.
to be there too, Chris. I'm getting this whole point and keep her right. That right. That's you there. That's you down there. Right. On to tomorrow. We go marching on, one step further away, and I have made a very, very bold claim in the All Leeds TV chat that we could essentially, I swear I'm not jinxing this, but we could be 100% pretty much safe this weekend.
Oh no.
We could.
Oh no.
Providing every team around us gets beat and we win.
I mean, looking at the fixtures, that should happen in theory. But this is Leeds.
Let's look at a couple of... Now, I haven't got... Jesus Christ, I need my blinking laptop in an idiot. So, to my memory, Newcastle are away to Spurs on Sunday. Everton are away to West Ham on Sunday. Watford are away to Liverpool, early kickoff tomorrow. Man City are at home to Burnley. So, yeah, those 4 matches for me. Now, I know, I don't remember who Brentford's playing. I'm near positive. No, Scrum's playing Leicester. Frig. But yeah, I think, see those 4 matches, if those teams around us lose and we beat Southampton, we go above Brentford, and I'm near positive we go joint in points with Newcastle.
Brentford are away at Chelsea.
Oh my God, this is just too good. It's just too good. Like, if all the teams around us lose tomorrow and we win, I'm saying it now, that's it. The European push is on.
Christ almighty.
It's this here, and I really don't want this to bite us in the arse. But to remember the footage of Bill Ayling, Cooper, and Dallas drunk and singing Mind the Gap, Thomas Frank.
Yeah.
I do not want that to come back and bite us at the end of the season if we end up getting relegated and they stay up. I don't think we will. Do you think, where we're sitting now, how the momentum's swinging, and the list of games we have coming up compared to others, Chris, do you think we're all good at the minute? We should be good?
I think so. I think, like you say, I've been, the last couple of weeks, we've been confident because we had the 2 wins before the break, which was great timing. I think we're safe. I guess the only worry is we've still got a couple of big games left. So this weekend is a big weekend. If we get a win, fantastic. But we've still got to play Man City. We get to play Chelsea and maybe Arsenal. So we've got 3 games where we could get no points and the other teams could perhaps pick up points. But yeah. I think we're only I don't know, a win and a draw away or 2 wins. And we could. I personally think we'll get 2 wins out of the next 3 games, if I'm being honest. But
yeah. 100%. I think the next 3 games now, especially with the Chelsea one postponed, the next 3 games is what's going to decide our season.
Yeah.
100%. I'm coming over for the Brighton game. Praise the Lord. And I don't want to be coming over for that game, not knowing if our fate's going to be sealed or not. I'm dreading, like, absolutely having to change my trunks at half time at Brighton because I don't know if we're getting relegated or not.
I just don't want to go but needing to win.
Yeah.
I do not want to go there needing to win.
It's the last match of the season in particular, away to Brentford. Could you imagine? No, we're not there yet. We're not there yet.
No.
We're at Southampton first. We have Southampton first. Now, the last time we met, we got beat 1-0, and it was quite frustrating. And I think it was the week before that we beat Watford 1-0, and Watford probably should have beat us. And that Southampton game, like, how Southampton beat us, I still don't know. It baffles me. Someone's going to make a T-shirt up with me saying "baffles me." Tomorrow, it's not going to be easy though. Paddy Bamford's out now for 6 weeks. He might make it back for the last 2 games this season. Chris, do you think we see him again, even on the bench this season?
I don't think so. I think it sounds like he could be available for the last couple of games, but no, I think it'd be done and dusted by then. So I think he'll be rested and no need to play him. But it was a shame to see him go out when we were obviously hoping for a good run to the end of the season.
Yeah, just when we're picking up momentum too, Jay. Like when you see Paddy's face in that Wolves match and he comes off, you just knew then before even Jesse Marsch told us. You just knew, didn't you?
Yeah, you just felt your heart break for him, didn't you?
That's got it.
Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. How unlucky can anyone be? But on the other hand, Bielsa probably wouldn't have rushed him back.
No.
But he's had this injury 12 months, so would it have got any better anytime soon? Or would he just spent the next 2 months on the sidelines anyway? We just don't know. That's what's happened. It was nice to see him. 20 minutes.
He done that. He had a great appearance at Brentford, didn't he? He came back and then was it somebody jumped on him and that's what actually put him out again, wasn't it? He got hurt to celebrate the goal,
like a knee slide or something silly.
Yeah, friggin' mental.
Was it Brentford? I can't remember which game it was.
I scored 95th minute equaliser.
That was Brentford, and then he ran off and just got.
I remember.
I'm pretty sure it was a knee slide.
Yeah, I just remember he injured himself with his celebration, but I can't remember what game it was now. It's all just blurred into one for me, to be honest with you.
No bloody luck. Can I just point out, Gail Dale, in the comments, lads, I don't know if you know Gail. Gail is normally jumping down, Phil's throat or my throat or something. She's very opinionated and I love her for it, but she seems really, really happy tonight. Gail, you seem really happy. I like happy Gail. Can we keep happy Gail? I'm not scared right now.
This is what a couple of wins does for people, Scott.
Yeah, that's it. Like we've drummed up 2 wins in a row, then went on a break. Just in time for players to recover from injury. Rafinha doesn't have that jet lag and stuff from being away to Brazil because of COVID. Thank you, COVID. Yes, that's right. I'm just waiting on Karen Carnage jumping out with that one again. Rafinha only played because of COVID. But that is correct. Rafinha's only playing for us right now because of COVID. You're welcome. Thank you, COVID. So I think what we're going to do now is we're going to go into our wee lineup predictions. See, ours says, look at that smile on that emoji. You just love it. Thank you, Gail. Right, so we'll start off. I think we'll pretty much assume it'll be that usual 4 at the back, 2 pivots, 2 wingers, and the 10 and the 9, basically a 4-2-4. Or if you look at it at Mike Bossett's way, it's 4-4-2. But we'll start off with a keeper. Chris, would you start Klaassen after that last performance, or would you just stick to Meslier?
I think you've got to stick with your number one. I think, the other guy did nothing wrong, but if Melié's fit, he's playing. End of, I think. Yeah.
What about you, Jay?
I can't disagree with that. He's automatic, isn't he? There's no reason not to play him. He's done too well to be taken out. Klaassen proved that he can be a decent deputy, but he's not ready to be thrown in yet.
No. I actually can't believe how well he done. I really can't. And even that save right after we went 3-2, I'm just like, how did he do? Is that my cat?
Oh, no, yeah. Mine keeps meowing. I'm just going to go let him out, actually, because he won't stop harassing me till I do what he wants.
I think mine's actually walking above the ceiling here on my roof.
It might be under floorboards having to crawl around.
No, that's the other two cats. So we're all in agreement. Meslier, the cat himself, will be in that. The cool cat. Let me see what you're saying in the comments. Yep. Meslier starts in goals. Jason Lee, this one exactly. The roster. The roster. What is this? AEW? What?
The roster.
The roster's looking so strong for tomorrow. We've got options again. I'm excited about that. Liam, what's a crack, mate? You've put up this for your lineup, right? I know that's all of them out in one go. But I'm not gonna go into it too much. But yeah, that's yours. Thanks for that. Right back. We'll stick on with Bill Ealing.
Yeah.
Chris?
I think so. He sort of led us to that victory, really, didn't he? He was really up for it. He got the goal. He was motivating the team. So definite starter right back.
It's amazing how much better our right back is at right back.
Yeah.
Second half, he was better. I know. Do you know what? No, I am so sorry because I keep bloody doing it. Meslier. It's the Northern Irish. I'm getting picked on all the time for this because I keep going Meslier. It's not. It's Meslier. It's the Northern Irish. I still have that shout of I want Jamie Shagg at right back. I still do. I think yes, Bill Ealing done well in the second half last week, and I'm probably going to be screaming for Jamie Shagg at right back until he leaves, and we're saying Serginho Dest. But yeah, I just hope Bill continues with the momentum that he got from that last game. I think the second half he showed a lot of leadership qualities that would be lacking, so it was good to see. Centre backs then. Jesse has said that one of the two, Cooper and Kalvin, will be starting. Who do you think? Well, who do you think would be your centre backs, Chris Lamar?
I think this is the hardest position to pick because they've all made mistakes in the last couple of weeks. Big fan of Strauch, but he's had last game he was a bit shaky. I probably would go Koch and Strauch, I think.
Right. Okay.
But you can probably make an argument for any one of the centre backs.
Oh, you could.
This is a hard one for me, actually, because I kind of feel like Cresswell deserves to play after how well he did. But on the other hand, do you want to throw a young lad in? It's a tough one. I think I'd probably err on the side of experience, I think, and maybe go for Laurent Koch for a change, because I don't think Stroik's been at the races recently. Yeah. But I wouldn't be upset if Cresswell got to play. But I'd probably pick Laurent Koch. Right, okay. Just because of Stroik's form.
Yeah. Well, there's both of you have got different centre back pairing, and I'm going to go for a different pairing altogether again. I have a sneaky suspicion Cooper is going to be starting tomorrow, not Kalvin. I don't even think Kalvin's going to play tomorrow.
Really?
I think Cooper and Cresswell would be who I'd be starting anyway. But do I think it's probably going to end up being the same centre backs as the last game? It's going to start off with Strike and Llorente.
There's a lot to be said for continuity, isn't there? But I don't know. But I'm going to pull you up on one thing you said there, Scott.
Oh, shit.
He actually said, as far as I know anyway, from what I read, he actually said only one would start, if any.
All right. Okay. Yes, if any. Yes.
So it's not guaranteed either of them will actually start.
No, that's true. But that's actually I would go for anyway. I know Phil likes to do that. Who will be starting? But we're going with who would you pick?
Yeah.
Who would you have? So yeah, I'd be going with Cooper and Cresswell. I think that would be the dynamic duo, shall we say?
I'm going to be slightly controversial and say that, as people who watch Auto Know Better will know, I'm not Cooper's biggest fan in all honesty, but I think he's probably better at organising a defence than some of the actual defensive duties. Like, he's not a bad defender. I think some of the other guys are technically better, but I think he's better than they are at organising the players around him.
Yeah,
and that counts for a lot.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have sort of said similar, but that's what our defence has missed the last lot of months is Cooper's leadership and his organisation, not his skill set, or his defending ability, and certainly not his speed.
Although he's a decent header of the ball, isn't it?
Well, that's it. Yeah, there's a couple of those corners that came in. I think, you know what, Cooper would have scored that.
I think it's just a risk to bring him back a bit because he when he was playing, he always had a mistake in him, like they all do. But would he feel the pressure coming in, knowing that it's crunch time? He hasn't played for months. I just don't know about throwing him back in there. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Right. Well, the debate continues here in the chat. John Shores, what's the crack, mate? He's going Cooper and Pascal for himself. Alston and Marty, they seem to think Cooper will start as well. John B, super duper Liam Cooper. I don't know why I sounded like a Geordie there. Sean McGonigal, Jimmy Shark. We're bringing back the emoji game. No, the emoji game's never coming back. Right, so on the left back, Chris, who do you foresee at left back? Are we looking at Dallas, Leo Helde, if he's even back, or Firpo? What's your verdict on the left back?
Is Firpo out? I thought he was injured, but I think it's got to be Dallas. But even he's had a couple of shaky games. But yeah, I'd say Dallas.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if any of the two other potential left backs are available.
I don't think they are.
I don't think they are.
No. Jay, what about yourself?
Well, it's kind of default, to be honest, isn't it? If they're not available, it's going to be Dallas unless he decides to throw a strike in there like Bielsa did that time. I can't see him doing that, in all fairness, but you never know.
Sorry, what was that again there, Jake? Sorry, I've just seen a comment someone saying to me about having another heart attack. I'm like,
I'm just saying that it's kind of default Dallas, isn't it? Unless he fancies throwing a strike in there like Bielsa
Dallas.
did. Default
I like
Dallas.
That. Default Dallas.
Yeah, that's what I do. Catchphrases, you know. It's all in there with the ADHD. Can't help myself.
Ahead there, Roy Walker. Say what you see. Say what you see.
I think I'd play Dallas there, seeing as it's what we would pick. I don't know why I keep going on about what Jesse might do, but I'd play Dallas there.
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
That fucking heads beside the shed here. So I've said about Cooper and Cresswell being the centre backs, and surprisingly, I am saying Pascal Struijk at left back for me. He's played left back a couple of times this season, and I've quite liked it. I've liked the way he's moved in attack as well from there. So yeah, if I'm going with Cooper and Cresswell at the centre back, I'm going to be going with Pascal at left back.
You're very controversial, you Scott. You're just ripping up the playbook here and doing your own thing. You're a maverick.
Yeah, I'm just like, you know what, screw it. This is who I would go for.
This is like Football Manager when you can't win a game and you're just like, right, I'm changing everything.
That's why you click the wee button that makes them all fit and healthy again. Shelley Johnson, thank you for getting involved here, love. No Firpo and Hilda. Leo is injured as well. John Shores. Really? James at left back? You're going to say left back in the changing room, aren't you? Robbie, Dallas. The S is not silent there. And Gail Dale, you're going with Dallas as well. Yeah, Liam, Dallas is the safe bet. Yeah, John B. He personally wants to drive Firpo to the airport.
I was just reading that one and smiling to myself.
Just to make sure he gets on the plane. That is shocking. That is shocking, John. Shocking.
He'd probably get on the wrong plane at the other side of the terminal.
Right. So that takes us to our double pivots. Who do you see in there as those two CDMs then, Mike or Chris? You're not Mike. Oh, my life.
I think I'd go Phillips and Klich. I think if he's going to play one of the two, I think Phillips is the person who's going to make a difference. And I can't see why you'd bring Phillips off the bench as well, because he's not the sort of player that comes on, scores a goal, sets up a goal. He starts, he sets the tone, he makes the first challenge. He just controls the game. So I think you want him there from the off.
Yeah. Sorry. No. Come here. 2 seconds. Temp name. Have you not seen the weather outside? It's been sunny. I burn really easily and tan. On top of that, I was practicing putting on clown makeup and I haven't washed it off properly. Anyway. So you're going with Kalvin and Klich, do you say then? Yes?
Yeah, that's what I'd go with, yeah.
I would be a nice wee pairing, I think. That would be tasty. Jay, what say you?
I'm going to be controversial and go for Forshaw and KP. Because it was mentioned by Jesse, wasn't it, about potentially trying to replicate his England role?
Yeah.
Now, on the other hand, we've really missed him playing his Leeds role, so that could potentially backfire
change
in
things.
my face. But I wouldn't mind seeing it just to see how they play together.
He's a lot more attacking for England, don't you think, compared to what he has been for us?
Yeah, I want to see him pinging them balls out again.
Yeah. I think KP and Forshaw will be a good shout. Once he is 100% fit, I can imagine that being the mainstay. In the comments, let me see who we're saying here. Yeah, Robbie's saying Forshaw and KP are too similar. That's kind of good though, because you're wanting two players playing the same role to be similar.
Interchangeable.
Yeah. Don't mind Klich. He's been better for him recently. Yeah. KP and Forshaw. Klich and Forshaw. Robin Koch and Forshaw. You spelt Forshaw wrong, Martin or Alison. Sorry. That's what you get for doing the Ireland while watching the show. Just saying. KP won't play, I don't think. A couple of people giving a big shout out to the Stoop crew. What's a crack, boys? I'm gonna go something different as well. we're all having a wee bit of a difference here tonight. So, Chris, you went KP and Klich. Jay, you've went KP and Forshaw. Obviously, me saying strike at left back. I'm going Dallas and Forshaw as double pivots.
Fair enough.
I think if KP isn't 100%, I don't think he'll risk him. I think he'll sooner risk Cooper. Oddly, I don't think Cooper is at much of a risk. I think he's closer to his full fitness than KP is. But yeah, and especially wearing those stupid frigging clown shoes he was wearing the day. What did any of you see them shoes Kalvin was photographed in?
I didn't see that. No.
I don't know what they were. They look like bags. They look like bags on his feet.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Oogie Boogie from A Nightmare Before Christmas?
No.
It literally looks like his feet if you put a pair of shoes on them. Like they were just these big potato sacks with soles. So yeah. Just finished off 2 big bags of chips and decided to stick them on his feet.
He's just going a bit Lewis Hamilton, isn't he? He's just gradually getting more and more wacky with his choices.
Do you know what? I don't even want to say the words, but I hope he's not becoming a diva. Very good, Lolo. Sunny in Belfast is a very different spin than always sunny in Philadelphia.
Although they did go to Ireland in the latest series.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. Steve Brown jumping in there. Appreciate the input. Yeah, he doesn't think Dallas has what it takes to play one of those roles. And someone else said, Gail saying, yeah, it's not a bad call for what I'm saying. Mike has said, 4-shot click inod. Is that some sort of spell? I think he meant to say in mid. Do you think Dallas would be able to adapt to that pivot role? I think he's done similar sort of things before.
I think he could play anywhere, Scott.
Yeah.
I think he could play there fine, yeah.
Yeah. He's the 𝐃𝐎𝐲. He's a magician.
He's got it all, the lad. You know.
He does.
Tell you,
he does.
We
Now
need to make sure we play him when we play City, just to strike fear into him. When they see him again, they're like, oh
no, get away.
Stuart Dallas.
Oh, God. Right, so that is our double pivots selected then. So obviously, fair enough. Sun's out, taps off. That's what we do. My nips are pure burnt. That's wild. So yes, our wingers then. Who are you going for on the right and left, Chris?
I think the right's easy, Rafinha. I think the left depends who's fit. If Gerhardt's fit, I suppose jumping ahead, I'd put him up and then James left, but I don't know if that is the case.
So, who would you, if you could pick one right now, who would it be? Who would be your left winger?
If everyone's fit, I'm going to go, James there.
Yeah, nice. Jay?
I've got to agree on that one. I feel like I'm cheating on Jack Harrison a little bit because I like him, but I'd go with James for this game. I think his pace is just terrifying for opposition defenders, and because of that, he's got to be in the team somewhere. Yeah,
I agree with both of you 100%. For me as well, 100%. Rafinha on the right, James on the left. Again, I think Harrison seems to have been doing a lot better recently when he's come on from the bench.
Yeah.
Because you could do either or. You could start with Harrison and bring James on. Either or is going to make the impact. But for me, do you not think James is a wee bit more versatile than Harrison?
I think he just causes chaos as well. I mean, his finishing, he's missing chances every game, which is frustrating. But he just made things happen. We got one of the goals where he hit the bar and it bounced back out.
Yeah.
He just I don't know. He's just a nightmare to play against.
Yeah. He's always there, isn't he? He's always in the thick of it.
Yeah. It's a lot in the comments tend to agree with us here on this. You know, James works really hard, and unfortunately, where's that? I love that, Liam. He gives Mbappe a run for his money in the speed department. He does. Now, I've seen a few people on socials, because you know how Twitter is real life and everyone's a troll, etc., etc. I've seen people saying about Dan James is only playing because of his speed. I think, well, that's his appealing factor. That's his main big thing, is that he can do things.
That's his USP.
Yeah, exactly. He's better than Wi-Fi from BT and EE combined on their new mobile network. I'm not paid to say that either. Other networks are available. But yeah, like, I just think as it's been at the minute, it's hard to see that changing. But we know I think we know what's going to happen. It's going to be the old thing that's happened most of the season, is we're going to end up probably seeing James up front and Harrison on the left. Yeah. I'm hopeful that's not happening. Would you be surprised if that was the case tomorrow, Chris?
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think it's as bad as because he's not going to be out there on his own. So it's not like you rely on him to be a number 9. I think as a front two, it's okay. So yeah, I think that is the most likely outcome.
Yeah. If you could pick them, so tomorrow we'll go into our final top 2, the 10 and the 9. Chris, if you can pick them right now, who would it be?
So yeah, it's going to be Rodrigo and 𝐃𝐎𝐍𝐋𝐿. That'll be my ideal front two.
Yeah. I can see Jay nodding in agreement there. Need I ask you?
Can't argue with that.
No. That my only... Oh my God. I'm not doing this just to create debate or anything either.
Greenwood,
I'm just doing it for the clicks. I'd be starting Rodrigo, obviously where he's been, but then I'd be starting Greenwood over Joffrey. I'd be bringing Joffrey off. 100%. I'd be bringing Joffrey off as the impact sub.
Wow.
I just think Greenwood is very similar to Bamford, and if that's the kind of system we're playing, then I think we need to start Greenwood, and he needs to get that confidence that he has in the 23s for taking free kicks. Because I was severely disappointed in his free kick because I thought he would have scored. I really did.
I'm surprised at that. I've never really rated him that highly at first team level.
No, but I just.
I mean, we've not seen a lot of him at that level yet.
Yeah.
To me, there's just other people ahead of him.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would rather Joffrey starting up front over a winger starting up front.
Yeah.
But I think for me personally, I would like to see Greenwood starting there and then Joffrey come on later. Because I don't know if they've even got the fitness to do a full 90 minutes. Mm-hmm. So even, we know Joffrey can do damage for at least a half. So I would like to see Greenwood for sort of maybe the first 60 and then Joffrey come on and just finish them off. Because I think, imagine being that defence and you're tired out. Greenwood's been running you ragged. James and Rafinha's been destroying you down each side. And Rodrigo's coming right up in the middle to split you in half.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, just whenever you're like a busted boot, Joffrey comes on. Harrison comes on. The defence are just going to go, I'm out. I'm done. That's it. Game over.
Yeah, I can see the wisdom in that, definitely. Because Joffrey's so physical, man. Especially for his age as well. He's so good at it.
Yeah.
Defenders don't like physical strikers. They don't.
No. I love that. He was going up against the bigger defenders as well too.
And he's fearless as a kid. He's fearless.
Yeah, I love the hunger that they're showing. But yeah, I would rather have Joffrey starting up front than James or Harrison or whatever way it'll work. And the comments below, obviously, Rodrigo and Joffrey, Joffrey and Rodrigo, Jesse March. Just to clarify here, Lolo. April Fool's finished with us ages ago. Poor timing, son. Solana, why were you agreeing tonight? So, Joffrey's better as an impact sub. Derek, what's a crack? Greenwood only had half a game. All right, fair enough, Gail. I'm putting her in a bad mood now. Joffrey for you.
You and your controversial opinions.
And Rodrigo. I know, like, how dare me? I just want the clicks. Right. So that has been our lineup predictions for tomorrow. Make sure you have smashed that like at the minute as well. We're going to go score predictions now. So get your comments in. If you did put a score prediction in at the start of tonight's show, post it again now because I'm not sitting flicking through all them comments to find your prediction. So do it again now. Chris, what way do you see this game going tomorrow?
I think I've got to predict a win this time. I think they're on a bad run. They've got nothing to play for, and we're confident. We've got some players coming back. We've obviously lost Bamford, but I'd go 2-1 Leeds.
2-1. Nice. Modest and believable.
I think the only worry is Ward-Prowse from free kick corner.
Free kicks.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. They've a couple of dangerous ones. Your man Gineppo, and I haven't seen who their players that are unavailable are, but like I worry when Gineppo gets the ball, or even that wee lad they have from Chelsea, Borja, is it?
Yeah.
He is something else. Romain Perraud as well for them has been playing really well. Again, someone we were interested in.
Should be fair for us, yeah.
Yeah, it's they're not as easy as everyone seems to think this is going to be. I think a lot of people just are sort of going, 100% we're going to stuff them sort of thing.
Yeah.
I think we owe them one, definitely. And I think we definitely could win. So yeah, I like your positive optimism, Christopher. I approve this. I approve of this. This clown likes. Jay.
Oh mate, I'm going for a big 3-1 for Leeds, mate. That's what I've given. That's what I've given in our group. So, hey.
Well,
I'm not entirely sure where the 3 goals are coming from. I've got a feeling.
Penalties.
I've got a feeling.
Penalties and OGs.
Well, I'll tell you what's guaranteed, absolutely guaranteed. There'll be none of the comedy defending that they did against Watford when they play us.
Yeah.
Did you see that with the hospital ball back to the keeper?
I have no words.
Jesus. It was just unreal. You know they won't do that against us. It's probably us to do that for them.
Do you not notice a lot of teams end up having an absolute joke of a match, and then the playoffs and they play like Prime Brazil with CR9 up front? No,
that's it. That's it. I don't think they're any better than us on paper. It's just
I think it's two similar teams. Do you not think? Both of us are very, very similar.
If anything, their squad could probably be considered slightly better than ours because there's more Premier League experience in there. But I don't think they're particularly anything special. It's just you don't know what they're going to get. They're a real Jekyll and Hyde side, a bit like us in a sense, I suppose.
Yeah, go on.
As I said to you before we came on, Scott, Michael Owen thinks there's going to be an upset and Saints are going to win. So if Michael Owen thinks Saints are going to win, then we should be all right.
Yeah.
Because he don't know anything.
I hope so. No, but does he ever get it right? He never gets his predictions right.
I don't think he even likes football anymore, the guy.
No. It's a bit like the whole David Boddy. He didn't really like football. He was just good at it.
Owen wasn't even good at it by the back end of his career.
Well,
by the time you're about 25,
he was still giving people like kicks in the head and all. You know, what more do you want from a Leeds player?
I meant Owen. Owen, he was crap after about 25, wasn't he? So
Michael Owen, as soon as he left Liverpool.
He wrote something in his book about he went to Newcastle and he just thought, I might as well. I'm not really bothered anymore about playing, but it's a good wage.
Pretty much as soon as he left Liverpool, he just went to the Dogs.
Yeah, 100%.
You know? Right, let me see what you're saying in the comments for your score predictions. Alison and Marty, your usual 1-1. Derek Burgess, 2-1 Mucker. I like it. 2-0 Leeds, clean sheet. Shelley, if Leeds win 2-0, when I'm over for the Brighton game, you, madam, will be purchased a beverage by Jay, not me. 3-1. Here, will someone agree with you, Jay? 3-1 Leeds. Rodrigo hat-trick. There's where your goals are coming from.
That'd be amazing.
Mike is going 3-0. James Rodrigo Rafinha. Brian Mucker, 2-0 Leeds win. Keep it on going. Gail, 2-0 as well. Oh, lots of 2-0s there. Lots of 2-0s there. Robbie will have to grab this game by the throat. 2-1 Leeds. Jamie, I like it. I'll take it. I will.
What we've not got to do is play awesome for 20 minutes, then get sucker punched like we often do.
Yeah. Oh, don't even. It's one of those ones where you just know that if we don't come out guns blazing, it's going to end up like last time, where we should have won about 4 or 5, but we got beat 1-0.
I want to see us just overwhelm them with the crowd hammering them, the players just like going at them. I just want to see us flatten them. I really do.
Yeah. The momentum carried over from those that West the Wolves match. It has to be there at Elland Road tomorrow. Lolo from On the Strip, you're going 2-1 to Leeds. Edwin Simon, 3-0 Leeds. Right. I'm going to go. I was initially thinking, you know what? I was initially thinking this was going to be a draw. It was. But talking to you guys tonight, I'm more positive and I'm more inclined to say, do you know what? Yeah, I'm going 2-0 Leeds win. We're getting a clean sheet. Marching on together all the way. America, yeah, that's what I'm saying. 50th anniversary of Leeds beating Saints 7-0, apparently.
Oh, wow.
You're sitting me your encyclopedia out, Lolo. I know you are. Encyclopedias, that's a thing of the past.
It'd be fitting to see Raf score, wouldn't it, after all the speculation?
Oh,
just like, love to see him score and then do the...
Yep, would love it. Would absolutely love it. And just do it, scoring and then taking his top off with the shirt saying F you, Barca.
F you, Fab.
That's it. Deco, you're fired. But no, listen, I just, yeah, this is true. On the stoop, claims he's an Arsenal fan, but he's not. He's not. He's a Leeds fan. Sean McGonigal. You're a scum supporter. What are you doing here? Oh, God. Yeah, clean sheet would be amazing. Yes, I'm doing a watch along tomorrow. I haven't even checked the times, folks. I'm everywhere this week. I've been absolutely everywhere. I've had to just fling this together. So thank you very, very much, Chris, for coming on as always. Jay, thank you for coming on too.
Pleasure,
Jay,
mate.
Where can we find you usually? And don't say Crime Watch.
Mate, you're just throwing me under the bus here. You'll normally see me on Ought to Know Better on a Tuesday night. We like to go out live and do our own sort of irreverent thing, just talking rubbish and having a laugh, much like this, just chewing the fat and seeing where it takes us.
Being Leeds fans, just chatting shit. None of us here trying to be sports broadcasters or children's entertainers or anything like that.
Do you know? Do you know what, Scotty? We're all on the same page here. We're all just fans. We enjoy talking about the club we love. None of us are claiming to be in the know or to have this or that or spread rumours or any of that shite.
No.
We just talk about what we see, and it's just a group of lads having fun talking about Leeds.
Yes. Thank you, Jay. As always, welcome on, and thank you for joining me. Chris,
cheers,
I'll hopefully get seeing you at the Brighton game, because I know you meet up with the guys after the match and stuff all the time. So are you going to the game tomorrow?
I'm not, unfortunately. Didn't manage to get tickets for this one, so I'll be watching out for the score. But I'll be looking to get to the next home game.
Nice one. Jay, are you going tomorrow?
Yes, mate. You know me. I'm always there. Sun, rain, shine, whatever. I don't care.
I've seen you in that. I've seen you in that south stand in the back of them seats.
Cheese wedge, mate. Cheese wedge. Get it right.
Oh, don't even, mate. I haven't been a cheese wedge.
You can stop with all that as well. It's not for me.
No, I'm busting to get the cheese wedge for Brighton game, but if not,
mate,
I will most likely be in the John Charles.
Well, wherever you are, mate, as long as you're there, that's what counts.
Exactly. But yes, thanks very much. And I will be back tomorrow with the watch along. I don't know what country I'm coming from. I think I'm going to Hong Kong tomorrow for this. I could be in Gangnam-gu in South Korea. I need to double check just flight plans with the secret shed.
You must have some stamps in your passport, mate.
Mate, it's like this shed's like the TARDIS. It's just all sorts going on. Listen, thanks very much. Make sure you do click like and subscribe, and we will see you all tomorrow and stuff like that there. Smile and wave, boys. Adios. Smile and wave.